Understand is the leadership beyond freedom. Yes, we set our journey on a snail pace.
We have made progress. Many of the programs have brought true development. That is Viksit Bharat. We are moving into that is to the 2000.
Displayed in our budgets, and also builds institutions. The number of aims which have increased, number of medical colleges which are funded by the center which has increased, number of medical colleges,
the private hospitals.
From elementary level, we need world-class teacher education colleges for the country, ma'am. How much ever we pump into higher education, the lower levels are suffering a lot, and we are not getting good teachers who can inspire the young minds. So my humble...
more than what are we doing, I request you to put a light on this, and because I think
in 2013-14, prior to the Lok Sabha election, there was a despondency. Most Indians had given up hope. We felt governments in India will never stand up to meet the aspirations and expectations of the Indian public. Corruption was obvious. Almost on a daily basis we heard big ticket corruption happening. And it wasn't very comfortable for us to make the government realize that it was not elected for corruption, it was elected for governance. In any case, it was in that atmosphere that 2014 election happened. And the campaign by BJP at that time was bring that change. You have a tested, proven and tried Chief Minister whose credentials were absolutely above board and who proved in the state of Gujarat that it is possible to govern and bring development, equally take care of people who needed help and make sure it is all inclusive growth. So if that was the way in which in 2014 we brought in change, in 2019 we said we need to continue because a lot of steps which was taken in 2014, between 14 to 19, were actually helping to revive the economy. We're actually making sure that India can attack and make sure that issue of black money can be addressed. Issue of black money was all pervasive. We had to take measures which were across the board. And even as we are doing that, common citizens have to find avenues to do his or her own business and make sure that they are able to make best out of a growing economy. So we asked for continuity in 2019 and Prime Minister Modi was blessed by the Indian citizens. Therefore he could come with a better number and make sure that 19 to 24 the work continued. The sum and substance of the 10 years of work was that when the economy was at the 10th level in 2014, in the ranking of world economies, we were in the 10th position. Today, after 10 years of hard work, we have come to be the 5th largest economy. There are economists and finance ministers, former finance ministers, who would say, oh, this will anyway happen automatically. No, it doesn't happen automatically. if only the government was focused on development, we probably would have reached this level even before 2014. But the government then left it to automatically happen, but didn't do anything in the ground which will make the engine move. On the contrary, they stumbled because they looked the other way and not looked at the path in which government had to take the economy. They looked the other way to make their own pockets line. Corruption was happening, that was the focus. So automatically that which can happen could not happen because your attention was to make money for yourself rather than make people earn money and the economy grow. So even for a minute, if you have to believe that automatically economies grow, it cannot grow if your government did not focus on the right things. You focused on corruption, it didn't grow. We focused on governing and transparency, so from 10th to 5th we have reached. Similarly, there are other points on which it is important to see what levels of involvement with which Indian economy has grown. We are often told in the parliament, it is we, meaning the Congress-led government, who brought the Aadhaar. It is we who started digitizing the economy. And again the same set of people will say, yes, we need to digitize, but what is this you're doing, DPI, UPI, BEAM? Not a person in the village is going to use it. Are you going to be in a position to buy vegetables? Is the woman who's selling vegetables going to be able to buy, take payment in 7 rupees from your payment card? Yes, it is happening. So it is one thing to constantly want to take claim for. We started in digitization, we brought in Aadhaar, we were the ones who brought in right to food, we were the ones who brought right to employment. But with all this, we were a paralyzed economy at the end of 2013-14. So we got the money to run their programs. I want one very important fact to be kept in mind. I am not against anything which any government wants to give to the people. You want to give something totally free, please give. But tell me if you have worked out your finances. If your budget can give that money, give it. If your budget has the provision made so that the assembly, which has to pass that budget, knows that for every free ride I am giving, so and so crore is given. For everything that I am giving for householders, this much money is given. For every woman that gets this much money, that is given. Every provision should be in the budget, and if it gets passed, I have no objections to your freebies. But you have given it. Now, approximately, I am not talking as a finance minister, back of the envelope, and I said this even before election, state assembly election.